Hello, everyone. This is Woody Collins, and I'm sorry about that little technical difficulty that we just experienced. And this is Monday, and it's another episode of Talking About Congo. Have, as usual, two things I want to talk about. Two is the magic number, and the two things today is number one is schools reopening in the Congo. Uh, and number two is about hand washing. But we instead of talking about hand washing, we're going to talk about face masks. Uh, let's get started. Not waste any more time. And first, I will probably let's waste a couple seconds. Uh, Probably nobody has asked, but why are you always outside taking your videos? And my answer to that is because I'm practicing. So when I go to the Congo sometime later this year, that I will be used to standing outside, dealing with the atmosphere, wind blowing, different sunlight, and different things on how it works out in the sun, because that's how I'm going to be doing when I'm in the Congo giving some live reports. So let's go ahead and get talking about the schools being reopening. The schools did reopen today, and it's not a full reopening. It is just the students, and according to the American system, if you break down the European system, which is what the Congo practices, they have elementary school and secondary school, and there are 6 grades in each of those. There are 6 grades in elementary school. And so, in order to graduate from elementary school uh, to the next level, secondary school, you have to take an exam. So, the students that's in elementary school, the 6th grade, the 6th form, as they call it, they will be at the school to take their graduation exam so that they can start secondary school. So that's going to be going on. The word that I got when I talked to someone this morning, that the schools are going to be open for those, only those classes. So basically, two classes, the 6th grade and the equivalent of the 12th grade. They will be in school to take exams, and they're going to have to get brushed up on everything and have an accelerated uh, period of learning, so that they, in order for them to be able to pass the state exams sometime before the next school period starts, which is the next school period is going to be in September. So that's right around the corner. And so they're going to have to take their exams and be ready to get either to be graduated or the to fail, or whatever the case may be. So normally to get the results takes a week or so. So I would suspect that sometime between uh, the, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks that they will have their exams, and then they will get those results just before the next school period starts. Also had someone mention that this is also a test period that the schools are going to use, because what a test for the spread of the virus, that is, that they will be looking at how the virus spreads, if any, with just one class of students in school. So it'll be just like with the 6th grade students in elementary school and the 12th graders. If that does not spread out and among the population, then there's no big problem with it. Then they will continue on and go to continue on with the fall session starting in September sometime. Second thing is I wanted to talk about is the use of face masks. And from what I've been told, that in those areas like in the Kasai where there's not that many cases, or the cases are far away from the city, that people are not wearing masks. You see a few people wearing masks, but most of the people are not wearing masks. As a matter of fact, they told me that the most people who are wearing masks is the motorcycle drivers who are driving. This is dry season, so that there's very dusty, so they have a mask on to keep dust out of their mouth and face versus to keep the coronavirus out. So we expect that that will pick up when if that the virus moves into the city, like in Kinshasa, that the people, a lot more people will be wearing masks at that time. But currently, not that many people are wearing masks. Probably a few people in the offices. But what he said was, my source says, that everybody has to washing their hands. And so hand washing is being practiced everywhere. When you go into a store, you have to wash your hands. When you come out of the store, you have to wash your hands. And they also are taking your temperature when you get ready to go into a store or anything like that. So they have these little temperature guns, the same that we would use here, and they measure the temperature on your forehead to see if you have a fever or anything, and that is how you're able to circulate around town and among places, if whether you have a fever or not, and also washing your hands. I know when I was over there last, and especially when there's a case of active cases of Ebola, you wash your hands as you're getting off the plane, as you're going on the plane, you're washing your hands, and it's a water that has chlorine in it, so it has bleach already in it, chlorine bleach. So with that, when you wash your hands, you get the smell of the bleach, and it's probably more disinfectant than trying to give you soap to wash your hands and so forth. So those are how people are coping in the city, is by washing their hands and having their temperature taken, and a few people is using masks at this time. So to recap for today, the students are going back to school from two different people I heard from, that the students are in school. They are getting ready to go through the process of taking their state exams to be graduated from either secondary school from secondary school to graduate, that'd be equivalent of 12th grade, from elementary school to graduate to go into the secondary school, say from 6th to 7th grade. So those things are going on right now. And so we'll see how that progresses. And we hope that there's not an outbreak among the students that's going to the schools or anything like that. But just wanted to give you a quick update on what was going on in the Congo for the day. And this is day 29 of my 30-day challenge. And I think that we'll probably proceed on with this for a while, since I won't be going back to the Congo for a while. And so this is a way for me to stay informed, to study up on what's going on in the Congo. And so since I'm going to be studying up, keeping up on what's going on, I can pass that on to you in these short uh, daily updates. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I would like for you to take care, be safe, and be blessed. We'll talk to you later.